Alright, well, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing kind of like I guess a relief of the alien on, well, the movie Aliens. Alright, well, there's a lot of examples out there to use as a reference, so I picked out a few. These aren't necessarily the ones, but let's see how I do. Alright. Alright, well, we're going to start off with the base. I'm going to start with aluminum foil, and we're going to add a couple layers onto that, kind of bulk it out a little bit before we start putting some clay on. And then the base clay that I'm going to put on here is just Sculpty 3. And then the rest will be Super Sculpty Living Doll. Alright, that looks like the shape we can use there. I'll get that off into the oven. So for the trim on this, I'm going to be using, I guess, like the alien excretion, kind of what they have in the caves and the hallways, tunnels. I'll just be using this ball stylus here and just kind of dragging it through and kind of get the ridges that I want. And then I'll smooth it all off with some clay softener. Make sure I remove all the fingerprints and tool markings. And we'll just keep going all the way around until we get it all finished up. I think I'll leave the bottom open where the stand's going to be. I just kind of randomly place these excretion, filaments, kind of give a little bit of detail for the background. Did I mention this Xenomorph is going to be dead? I'm going to have him all shot up. Alright, well, we're going to start with the head and get the basic size, trying to get it proportioned so it fits on this correctly and figure out the layout. So we're going to cut one side off so it's kind of a little bit flat. Yep, still trying to figure out the layout in my head, so bear with me. Now this particular critter is just full of details, so I'm trying to get as much as I can and kind of fill up the space, make sure it doesn't look too bland. And get the detail of the ribs in, and then after I get the arms in there, I'll come in and add a little bit more, kind of bulk out the ribs. I'm still trying to decide where the tail is going to go, if I'm going to have it come up over the legs or sweep up underneath them. So being that he's dead, got everything relaxed. So his arm's going to be laying flat, his tail's going to be laying flat, and his mouth and his second mouth are going to be laying out. All right, as we're building this critter, we're working on layers, so I got to get that bottom layer in first. Now the clay that I'm using, the Super Sculpty Living Doll, it's pretty soft, so it's really easy to get those details in there, but it's really easy to smash those details too, so I got to be extra careful. Alright, well, I'm getting the first leg down, and of course that's going to be on the bottom, and then we'll build the second leg over the top of that and give it some dimension. Alright, well, time to start working on the mold here, and we got it all boxed up. Now, this is a two-part silicone based mold, so equal parts A and B. We get that mixed up and get it poured over everything. Make sure I get in all the little crevices and stuff. Alright, well, it's the next day. Now we'll go ahead and cut all this off. This is the back of it, so we'll get that all cleared off. And that silicone had a pretty good grip on it, so it kind of broke the corner when I was getting that out of there. Alright, so here we go. I use gypsum, mix that all up. It only takes about 20 minutes for it to cure. I usually wait about 25-30 minutes to pull it out. Make sure it's cured strong enough so I don't snap it pulling out of here. Alright, well, it looks good. I don't see any bubbles, any voids or anything. I think we got a pretty good cast here. Everything looks pretty smooth. All the fingers are there. Yeah, alright, it's pretty good. We'll get this one in the oven, kind of dry it off, and I'll get a couple more of these made before we start painting. Alright, we're just going to go with like kind of a base gray, and then we're going to do black around the trim, and then try a few colors to see what we come up with for the alien. Alright, yeah, I know. This green is just a little bit too bright. It'll be hard to blend in like they do show in the movie, so we will find something a little bit darker. Got kind of a greenish metallic black coming in. Alright, well, we're going to use some UV resin, some green micro powders, put some bullet holes in them, and get this blood oozing out. Alright, we got them all finished up here with a nice gloss coating. Let me know what you think in the comments. Go ahead and like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.